And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Thank you for coming to this hangout for the first introductory of what our Simple Freedom team is going to be doing. And as always, we'll keep the tradition going with our sponsors with Wake Up Now. It is also our Awaken Thunder. 10 calories, no sugar, all natural energy drink. We love it. But tonight, I'm excited because we have some amazing rock stars on the panel. People who, through thick and thin, through pains and struggles, have stood up, just broke through this wall of crap that we've had in our industry. And Trisha's going to share a story here in a second because I want her to share that about what we're doing here. But the title of this is All Roads Lead to Salt Lake City. Now, I say that simply because we're going to an event in Salt Lake City, but we literally have four corners of the United States pegged: the upper east, upper west. Can't tell which way I'm going here, and then the lower half to North Carolina, Arizona, and Trisha and Bruce, who just like to travel everywhere. So there are nomads going through back and forth throughout the world. But we literally have all four corners pegged, all roads leading to Salt Lake City. The power of events, the power of our company, team, just all this stuff that goes hand in hand and works so well when you're in an industry or a company that actually supports that effort. And a lot of the stuff that we go through, not company specific, but in this industry, is very individual. You need to train people, but it's very individual focused. There's really no teamwork. But like one thing I found with Wake Up Now and with our Simple Freedom team is that we literally have a family. It doesn't matter if these people on the outside of Simple Freedom that are in Wake Up Now, they're coming over and joining with us. We're all locking arms. We're all just beating things, as Franco says, with a simple stick, and we're trying to take back the integrity that may or may not have been lost in a lot of places by a lot of people. So as we get started, I just want to throw that out there to you. And we have some great people here that, like I said, they've been through some stuff, but the main focus I want everybody to understand is the power on going to events. They're all going to share their struggles, things they've been through or are going through. So Diana's going to share some of that with us. But as a whole of where you are in your business, where you've come from, things that you may be going through right now, and I want you to know all these beautiful people you see right here, they've been through it. They're going through it. We all do it, and we all come across it out of their side into what they call the black, into the winning side of the spectrum. So if anything that you're going through right now, because I hear a lot of people that are in all these companies, and they're jumping from shiny ball to shiny ball, thing to thing to thing, and it's crazy. They never give themselves the due diligence of building a business before they're jumping to the next thing, because that's what their upline did, or that's what this person did, that's what this did. And I'm going to bring Trisha out first because I want her to share this, because it's going to go out with what I'm talking about here, is that finally we have, I can't really say it's an occupation because we have too much fun. Occupations aren't fun. Jobs are not fun. We have a lifestyle. We have a company that is helping us to get what we really want. Everybody says it's money. Money is great. Money is the byproduct of our main goal, which is freedom, which is being able to do what we want when we want. I know Kim and Ron are on here too. They homeschool as well as me. We have the freedom to do these things because we work from home, because we're entrepreneurs, because we're living the life of simple freedom. And we can call it by the team, but I mean, that's what it's about. That's why Simple Freedom was created, because it's all about setting you free. It's a beautiful thing. And Miss Trisha Barnes, who is traveling around, who's in Utah right now, just share the story that you were actually sharing about Wake Up Now as a business, and your story a little bit about the struggles that y'all have been through, because I know we've all been through similar companies, similar struggles, and have finally found a good home to come back to. So take it away, sister.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. If I drop off, it's because there's intermittent self-service here, and it drags a little bit sometimes. But yeah, thank you for letting me come out and speak. Trisha Barnes and Bruce Barnes, who's also here with me on the other side of the room. We live and travel full time in our pickup camper, and we go around the country enjoying life. our freedom lifestyle. That is our dream, and we're doing it. It took a while to get here. We knew that we needed a mobile income, something that we could do from anywhere that we chose to go. And that's what we've been working on for years. And I like the theme of this call tonight. The roads all lead to Salt Lake City, and it really makes me think of that Rascal Flatts song. I don't know if y'all remember it, but God bless the broken road that led me here. And that's truly what it's been. There's been a lot of roads. Hang on, my battery's dying. There we go.
I love it.
Okay, that we've traveled. Can you hear me? Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
A lot of different paths that we have had to travel to get on the right path. And they all played an important role. You know, they didn't work. I mean, they didn't bring us to the success level that we needed in order to live our dream lifestyle, but they played an important role to point us in the right direction. And when we finally found the right path, then everything fell into place and everything started happening for us. And that's how it is. You have to travel those broken roads. You have to go through that stuff. That's just part of the process. It's a learning process, and you're constantly evolving and learning what works, what doesn't work, and who to work with and who not to work with, you know. And so that's what happened for us. You know, it's not that it's not that we're an overnight success or anything like that, because we've been on this path, this journey for a long time. And it all finally came together when we got into Wake Up Now in January. That's when everything shifted and things started happening for us. You know, we were part of the group that were invited to come up to the headquarters in Salt Lake City and meet the president, the CEO, all of the top guys there, the founders. And we did that in early February, and that was a very rewarding trip, because it gave us an insight into the heart of this company, why it was formed, why they founded it in the first place. And they founded it because they wanted to help people get out of debt. And when you heard that from the two founders, when you heard that from their heart, you realize what an impact we can have on lives here with that kind of vision and passion to help people get out of debt, because we know that the majority of people in this country are drowning in debt. And you're not free. I mean, Bruce and I are not free yet. We've got debt that we've got to clear out. So we're free running around the country, but we're working on getting out of debt too, so we can be totally free. And this is the company that's helping us. When they say that we help you save, manage, and make money, there's a real focus on that saving and managing money. And the managing part is awesome, because the program, the One Finance, it keeps you on track. It helps you eliminate, you know, years of paying interest and years of that debt. It knocks it down for you. And it's almost like magic. When you work with that program, you're just going, oh my gosh, this is just what we needed. So we were just at the company headquarters again. We were through here in July, and we stopped by to meet the people again. And it was really cool to go into the it was kind of like the nerve center of the whole office, where there were computer screens or monitors on all the walls, you know, with all kinds of charts and activity going on. You know, it was crazy to look at. But they explained some of them to us. I mean, I couldn't understand all of the data that was up there, but the one that was really impressive was just monitoring the other MLM companies. You know, how we ranked with Avon and Amway and the top companies that have been here for years and years and years. You guys, we're ranking at the top. And they're not finagling with the figures there. This is real-time data. This is showing you that this company is strong. This company is making a difference. This company is taking the lead and doing it better. And one way that we're doing it better, this is so cool. When we met the CEO and the president and the CFO and all the tech guys, this is really cool about this company. The founders were MLMers. They knew what they were doing. You know, they built the comp plan. They designed all that. And then they walked away. They said, we're done. We're going to go out in the field, and we're going to be an IBO just like everybody else. We're done. and in place of them came in the leadership that we have now, and these are businessmen. These are not MLMers who've been on several different rodeos and tried all these different things. No, they have built successful billion-dollar businesses. They brought that to the table, and they're running this with that integrity and that knowledge and that skill, and that is powerful. If you just take that in and realize what an asset we have there with that kind of leadership. Powerful stuff. So, yeah, we're going to be at the event. Absolutely. We wouldn't miss it. You know, the importance of being at an event is the connections that you make. We met Kimberly and Ron at an event. I don't know when it was, 2 years ago, I think, maybe, Kimberly. We connected with them. Now they're a teammate. We're teammates now. Because of that connection that was made a long time ago, and we held it, and we kept in touch, and we kept a strong relationship with them. When it came time to say, hey, you ought to look at this, and they said yes. And our core group of people that we brought in to Wake Up Now is from the connections that we made at past events. So you think you're going there, you know, just to learn, to soak in, to find out a secret key to how to build your business. No, you're going there to build relationships, and it will serve you for the rest of your life. It absolutely will. All right. So that's what I got, Jeremy.
See, an awesome thing about that is events are there to build the camaraderie, and you meet people. Now I'm gonna jump to the other end of my screen on how it looks on everybody else's, because it leads into a good thing there. One thing I do want to touch on is she's talking about a business here. All right, Wake Up Now is a business. You know, we are a part of an MLM structure. We sell products. We have the multi-level. The whole 9 yards. It's there. Okay, truth in the pudding. But here's the still call them facts. What we're doing is not just building an MLM business. We're building a business. It doesn't matter what the model is. It doesn't matter anything. We're becoming products of the product. We're using, now you can't really see it, but I've got the Awaken coffee in here, Tear and Pour. Ganoderma coffee helps me with my focus. I've got caffeine overload over here with the Natural Thunder. So I'm going to be bouncing off the walls here shortly. But we have products that are awesome. We have products that are here to use. We have stuff that helps us save money, like she was talking about, and the financial software. You know, let's talk about Kirby Cochran, all right, who actually has a book, The Pillars of Inflections, 7 Pillars of Inflection, something like that. But it's a best-selling book, but it's all about ways to build wealth. And like when you get into this company and you get to a higher spot, we're not buying you a ring. We're not just, you know, patting you on the back and calling you a superstar. We're taking you by the hand and saying, look, you've got the money, now you need to manage that money. And they actually take people at the higher ranks and put them in a financial management meeting to help them learn how to manage that money even further, investing it into things other than just a company or a comp plan. So I only say that because I want to stress to you the fact of what we're doing, the fact of what this company stands for. And all the rumors, all this and this business, it's all hearsay, it's all crap. Everybody's going to slam each other. Everybody's going to hate this company because this company's coming in and all this stuff. Take all that out of the picture. Take out all the bull crap you've ever learned about MLM. This is a business. And one thing, and all these people are going to say this, all these beautiful people here are going to say the same thing. It takes time. The biggest thing I know I've heard, and I don't know, Tricia, you can back this up, is you get people to come in and they say things like, well, I'll give it 30 days. Mm-hmm. I'll give it 60 days. I'll see if it works, and then if not, I'll quit. You don't want to lose all my money. And here's the problem. You will spend more than that, more than the price here. And here's one thing I do want to talk about. Right below, I'm trying to figure out where I am. Right here is a join link. If you are not in this opportunity, you're not a part of the Simple Freedom, you're not a part of anything that we're doing, it's mad simple. We literally do everything for you. Simple Freedom does everything for you. There's everything there. All you have to do is point and click people. Share the value, simple messages. Go ahead and join. Get your free system set up. It doesn't matter who you're coming here, as Franco says, dance with the person you came with, but it's all coded. So if you came here through somebody's link, click their link, join, get started, get your system set up. We're going to be talking about money because Trisha makes a lot of money now. So we love that, and we want to support and all the great stuff. But right here, we have the income disclosure right there. So if you want to know anything about the income disclosure statement, it's there. Go ahead and click it, read it, and you can see the different levels, the different pay grades, because this company is probably one of the easiest ones to build compensation-wise than any of the ones I've ever been in. So keep that in mind. We are a business. So business out of the way. I want to take it down to Miss Diana Petricone. And this lady is a trooper. She is absolutely one person that I do admire because of her just diligence, her steadfast, she's going to do this no matter what. And that's what it's going to take to break through these walls. But a lot of this comes from events. The position she's in now probably wouldn't have happened had she not went to events. She did not meet people. She didn't understand and expand. And that's kind of what Trisha was saying, is expand your horizons with all these new people. It's connections and learning new people and getting to be friendly with people. And just, Diana, I mean, share just some value basically about what events have done for you and what this company is doing for you.
Oh, I am honored to be here amongst these beautiful, beautiful people, let me tell you. It is just amazing. And, well, I started way, way back. Well, Tricia, when you mentioned Amway, we had a knock on our door one time, and someone handed us a little cassette to listen to. We didn't have internet or anything then. But so I started way back and skipped years here and there. But events are just, they are magical. I was in another program a little bit ago before I got into Wake Up Now, and some of the programs I was in, I kind of thought, oh, they're just hype, they're this and that. So I decided, yes, I'm doing it. I've got to do it. So, I mean, and my husband's a building contractor, and with the economy the way it is, we had quite a few months without any work and this and that. So I didn't really have the monies to do that. But I knew I had to do it, so I got my imagination working. And it just so happened my parents are elderly now, and my mom had given me this ruby necklace. And I thought, wow, you know, I'm not into a lot of jewelry, so I went to a pawn shop. My dad said it was worth about $3,500. I went to a pawn shop, and they said, this is the greatest thing I have ever seen for plastic jewelry. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This isn't even real. And he said, no. He says, but the chain is gold. He said, I can give you $100 for the chain. But I didn't leave it there. I went to 3 others, and they said the same thing. It's just costume jewelry. So I did that. So I got the $100 for the chain. I put that in my envelope. And then I'm thinking, what can we do? And I don't have that much jewelry. I took a few of the things. And so then my husband's wedding band didn't fit him. And I'm like, you know, we sat and we prayed about it, and I talked to him, and he doesn't wear jewelry. And I'm like, you know, God knows we're married. We've been together 40 years. So I pawned our wedding bands to get to that event. People out there may say I'm absolutely crazy, but I did. And I got to that event, and I knew nobody, and I was petrified of flying. First time alone. I got on the plane, and I flew, and I got into Phoenix, Arizona, and someone said on their iPhone to tell me to go to this restaurant, and I walked into this restaurant, and it was the most blessed day of my life because a gentleman stood up, and there was a whole table, probably about 15 to 17 people, and I sat down, and right across from me was Mr. Jeremy BigChips. So, and he talked to me, and just being there, through the whole event, and I ended up going to another one down there, and I met Karen and her husband, and it was like I knew these people forever. So when Wake Up Now came around, just the trust that was built right there, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, I just say it was like magical. It's so hard to even explain it and put it into words. So when they told me about Wake Up Now, it's like, of course. Of course I'm going to get it to Wake Up Now. There's no way I'm not going to. And then they were having that Super Saturday in New Jersey, and it's like, New Jersey, I'm in Massachusetts, I've got to get to that. So, and I borrowed my dad's new car, and I drove down there by myself, and I have anxiety and panic attacks just driving on the highways around where I live, never mind through New York City. But the GPS got me there, and it got me home. We had a flash flood down there, and it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. To me, I mean, I was on the elevator. I was sweating. Was going back to my room, and on the elevator was Franco and me. I'm like, holy crap. These people are so real. It's just amazing when you meet them like this, you know. And it was just like, you know, he was saying something in the whole thing, like he was a Vietnam vet, and my brother was a Vietnam vet, and it's just, I don't know, there's just something so magical and special about them. And the products, like you said, Jimmy, the products are unbelievable. I was talking to Ross Jardine, and I had actually got into a program years back that I was helping people eliminate their debt. And it was through a type of a bank situation where you get a home equity credit line, and it all worked that way. Come to find out, and I did very well, and I was doing it because I wanted to homeschool my daughter. We took her out in 7th grade, and I homeschooled her. And the banks got wind of it, but Ross Jardine was in that exact same company I was in back then. And so we talked about that, and he told me in One Finance, because I had actually gotten into a debt consolidation program, and he says, get out. Because I was paying them so much a month. He says, you can do it yourself right through One Finance. And I'm doing it myself. I mean, the products are incredible. Every single one of them.
For those that don't know who Ross is, he actually helped create One Finance, which is one of our products.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm getting myself out of debt. I'm not paying that money to somebody else to help me do it. I mean, you can do it right here. You talk about managing money and saving money and making money and just the camaraderie with the people. I mean, I've shared my story out there a little bit of my family background, but I really consider you people right here as my family and what a family really is like. So, and I just love each and every one of you.
And what's so blessed about it is we all come from such wide arrays of backgrounds. Different ethnic groups, different colors, sexes, sexual preferences, all of these things. And a lot of the stuff has always been like, I don't know, it always seems segregated in companies, and I hate to say that, but it always did. It just seemed like it was so cliquish everywhere you go. And that's the one thing I want to make sure people understand about Simple Freedom. We literally are open-hearted to each and every person. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. It doesn't matter if you're old school or you used to be a guru and you want to come back because you're a knucklehead and want to start over again. It does not matter. We welcome you. And that's what's so beautiful about this. And, you know, it's funny that we keep talking about this One Finance because I do have a story of a lady that is probably, and she's a friend. Okay, I don't like to pitch my family and friends, but I will try to sell them through the encouragement of what the stuff's done for me. But they are paying thousands of dollars to have their debt eliminated. Thousands of dollars, okay? Now, yes, they're going to have their interest rate cut. They're going to do all this stuff. And I couldn't really play it out with the One Finance, but through mine, and we had a lot of similar debts, a lot of things in common. Is I tried to show her mine, and I said, "Here's how this works. All right, anything that you have an interest rate on, credit cards, student loans, your mortgage, personal loans, whatever. put them into this software system, and what it does is it smartly calculates which one to pay off first. Now, here's what's funny about that is, first, hindsight's 2020. You think, whoa, I'm going to pay this little bitty guy off first and just be done with that one. And that one, get it out of the way, and it's going to be good. And that's not always the case. And for me, I've got actually one of the highest ones, credit card that I have, as the first one to pay off, and it just smartly tells you, pay this one off first. So when you pay extra monies, pay the extra monies on this card. Get this one paid off first. Then work your way down, and it's just a cycle. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And once you get your hands on it, just a little caveat to what I've been able to do, I will pay off all debt now, ceteris paribus, if all things remain constant, and it won't, because I like credit cards because it just makes things easier. But if I did not use my cards, all right, and I just let it do what she's done, here's the deal. She's paying upwards of $3,500, or maybe around $4,000, to have these people come in and help her. I pay $1,200 for a year for the service, okay? It's going to be the same program, same product, same layout. So I'm already saving over half of what she's paid for this guy to help her. And they had to cut their credit cards up. I don't. So win. But now we put it all in there. I will pay off all debt 15 years early, so in about roughly 10 years. And my total debt savings is over $125,000.
Yeah.
Over $125,000, and I'm really not paying that much more extra into my system. So it's kind of crazy to think about, if I paid more and put that into the system, let it program it for me, calculate where to put that money, it will show me which one to pay off early, and I'll pay it off even more and save even more, and I'll be blessed by all this great stuff that's happened. And I laugh about it, but when we tell people, you don't have to sell this product to make money at all.
Yeah.
Period. At all. I'm already making over $12,000 a year in savings of what I would pay in interest. Now, I know it's not a tangible money, but this is one local app. I've already saved over $3,000 since I joined Wake Up Now, and the one app was just released in, April? So I've already saved over $3,000 using my local discounts and coupons that they give me off stuff that I would already buy. $3,000. So I've already paid for my membership for a year, and I'm in the profit. The microphone I'm speaking on, this normally costs about $150. I got it for $99 through our Wake Up Now back office, saved another $50. So it's all these little cha-chings that have saved me more money than the price of admission. So keep that in mind. If you haven't already clicked that button to join, click that button to join. What are you waiting for? All right, what are you waiting for? So since we were talking about Arizona, this is good because I have not got to actually get into the knowledge of Kimberly and Mr. Ron, of their story and where they come from. So this is going to be good for me, so I'm excited about that. But passing it off to Arizona, Miss Kimberly, Mr. Ron, what's going on?
Thanks, Jeremy. Having a great time here tonight. This is a great hangout. I appreciate you having us. Our story, we were talking about what our story is, because our story could be really long. I
think we all had that.
From the time we were born, our background, our families were doing network marketing, dabbling in it when we were kids. So, I joined my first network marketing company when I was 18. And so, yeah, right out of the gate.
We actually met in the industry. We went to school together. There was about 800 people in our school, but I was a year older than Kimberly.
He didn't notice.
I was mainly focused on being an entrepreneur. I was a DJ, and I wasn't necessarily focused on girls or anything. And it actually took, 3 or 4 years after we graduated from high school.
About my third network marketing company, I go to this presentation, and there's a guy there showing the plan, and I was more interested in the presenter than the plan. So a few years after that, we were married. And it's been quite a journey. It's been, we've done traditional business, we've done the whole brick and mortar deal. We had several cell phone stores in the state of Washington.
So let me stop you there for a minute.
Yeah.
This just dawned on me. The power of events could actually introduce you to your loved ones, your future wife or husband. All right, keep that in mind. Click the button, enjoy.
Your future spouse may be at the next event. So, yeah, that could happen. And the thing is, what I was getting at with business is that we've spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get in traditional brick when we had our cell phone stores, and just to have the name. We were in a franchise type situation, so just to have the name was thousands of dollars. And we talk about the cost of entry to get started and Wake Up Now it's almost laughable, and so I think some don't treat it like a real business because of sometimes I wish it did cost more money because oh my gosh, we get so much perks, everything.
Yeah, the thing about it is rent for the locations that we have was over $10,000 a month just for rent. That didn't include product for the store. It didn't include advertising. It didn't include, and we had to learn all that stuff. And so, and we were successful. We lived meagerly, and we were able to actually be debt free in that business and at a profit right at about 2 years. And then unfortunately, the company that we were doing business with was trying to grow too fast, and they claimed bankruptcy on us. So after having done all that in profit, they owed us about $30,000 in commissions that we never saw. And it was kind of a rough time. But the thing is that we take a look at where we are now versus where we are there, and we didn't have a system in place like we do now. The Simple Freedom, Wake Up Now system that's in place for success. We save more money just in taxes, just owning a business. As a business owner, people don't realize that the amount of money that you can save in tax deductions, and with the app that we have called TaxBot, that's part of the Wake Up Now system. Just think of this, every mile that you drive, you could be writing up about 55 cents of every mile. So that's basically free gas. Every trip that we go to, all the traveling we do. Of course, Trisha's traveling and everything, and just loving it because she gets to write off all those miles because she's doing business. She's talking to people. And the app allows you to keep track of that information very easily. It was actually created by a former IRS tax attorney, Sandy Botkin, who, 10, 12 years ago, we actually used to give a little green tape out by Sandy Botkin telling people how they were underpaid and overtaxed and how they could save a minimum of $5,000 per year just in tax deductions alone if they just owned a business. And so, we've been, evangelists of the networking home-based business industry because of that, and also it allows us the freedom that we have. That was alluded to that we homeschool 4 kids. Our youngest just started kindergarten this year, and we really enjoy that because we're able to create a curriculum that includes personal development, for our kids, and they get to learn about what the real important things in life are, and also the things that actually go out and make them money. We have a daughter that has a Facebook fan page that's continuing to grow and grow, and they're starting to see the benefits of entrepreneurship, of being able to not have to necessarily go to a day-to-day job. Mom and Dad have never had that 9-to-5 job, and we're able to actually spend more time with our kids than most people ever do. And so that's one of the biggest things and reasons why we started working in home business.
And if our cell phone stores had been even more successful, if we hadn't had to go through that process, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. So it was really a blessing in disguise now to be like that, because we have the freedom now to do the homeschool that we always planned on even before we had children. And I just have to mention, as part of the homeschooling, Jeremy mentioned that we get some perks and we get even free stuff, different things that go along with our membership. Well, as another part of our membership, we have a language program. And I use that language program. We started using the language program. We teach are teaching our kids Spanish through our language program. We sit down as a family and do those lessons together. And you know, it's they're picking up on things all on their own. You might be able to hear them in the background. They're pretty noisy tonight, but there's so much. You know, there's so many advantages. You know, people ask, well, what is Wake Up Now? What do you offer? What do you do? How do you say the world? You know, so, there's so much involved in what we do. As far as it's so simple, but there's so many benefits and perks that I can't imagine my life without it.
One of the things that I'm actually really excited about is the new 1MD program that Wake Up Now has come out. But you know, one thing about being a business owner is you know, insurance can cost a lot because you don't have that as a benefit. But again, if you're making the money, then you can just buy your own insurance. But there's so many people out there that are in a position where, you know, if they need to go to, you know, if they just need to go have something looked at, you know, an X-ray or something like that, it's going to cost $100 just to go to emergency care to have it looked at, and or just have a prescription filled, something like that. But you know, a 1MD program actually can have a video conference with a doctor that's a licensed doctor, can actually, you know, diagnose simple things that you just get a prescription for. You know, a lot of times we just go, you have to go to the doctor. You know, a lot of people have to go to the doctor just get a prescription. It costs $100 just to get the prescription. That's not including.
For an example, you know, something simple like swimmer's ear. Like, you know, we have a swimming pool, so that's a pretty common thing, and I hate having to pay the $100 it costs to go to the doctor for them to give me a prescription that I already know what it is. And so if I can hop online and talk to the 1MD doctor and say, hey, I know it's swimmer's ear, we've had it before, can you just give me the prescription I need? I mean, that's so amazing. That saves me $100 right there from having to go down to the doctor and pay that office visit. So that's awesome. And Jeremy, you wanted us to talk about events too, and we mentioned the spouse thing, but I have to tell you, we've been to many events, and I know for some people it can be a struggle to get to those events, and you wonder, what am I going to do? Where am I going to hang out? What am I going to do for food? And I don't have the money for a hotel. Well, I can say this now, but we've been to more events and slept in our car than we have in a hotel room. Yep. So, you know, we've been to, I think Jim Rohn says it the best. He says never miss an event. Events aren't optional. There's no excuses. There's no reason. I mean, there's a few. I will say there's very few reasons why you couldn't go to an event. But, you know, there's always a way. You know, we have a group of people that have, you know, set up inside of our private Facebook groups for our organization where people are willing to share hotel rooms. People are willing to help, you know, carpool and different things like that. So, you know, do what you can to get to those events, because the power, like Tricia mentioned, the relationships. When we got started in Wake Up Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know what the company was about. I really didn't. I didn't know what the products, I didn't really know anything. What I knew was that the people that I admired, trusted, and believed in, that I had met at events, were doing it. And because they were, I knew I needed to. So that's the power of events for me.
I'll just tell you that, like, you know, like Kimberly alluded to, events, you just never know what could be there, what you could learn that can turn your business around. We've got the privilege of Eric Warrior, who's a network marketing professional, that's going to be actually speaking at our event. And one thing he said is that if you can, you know, and this goes for people that are already in Wake Up Now that are at the event, you can get 100 people at the event, the explosion that will happen within your business after the event can literally set you free. And I'll just encourage that, you know, that if you are on the fence about whether you can make it to Salt Lake City for the event, get off the fence. Get off the fence and get there, because there's some exciting things going to be happening, some new releases going to be happening. But again, the ability to be able to meet the people that will become your family. The Simple Freedom family. We're so excited about meeting new people that are in the family, that are in our team, that we've never met personally, and get to spend time with them, get to eat dinner with them, and it's going to be an exciting time. So.
Awesome. You guys are amazing. And power of events. Had it not been for one event of you and Trisha meeting, I wouldn't be seeing you guys, right? So it's this whole circle of influence. It always comes back around full circle, and all the connections that are there. And yes, 1MD is probably the best thing. I mean, a few weeks ago, actually about a month and a half ago, my back locked up. I knew what it was, and I knew I'd have to go to the emergency room, not a medical office or anything easy like express care. So I knew that I was going to end up paying $1,000, $1,500 just because of this one thing that I knew what it was. 1MD saved me all that money, and I got I think it was a $25 prescription, because they don't make it in a generic, so I knew I was going to have to pay the full price. But $25 compared to $1,500 minimum plus the $25. So WebMD is, or 1MD should I say, part of Teladoc is phenomenal. Doctors anywhere you are, call them, voice, because mine was an actual telephone call. So if they need to see something, you get on there, flashlight, let them see it. It's phenomenal. Great, great share. Now we're going to be moving up the coast into the Washington area for one of my favorite peeps in the world, because this lady has been through some crap with me. We've been through some scams. We've been through some just literal crap. And I made fun of it the other day because it's funny, because you are waiting in crap, and you keep looking around, and you're moving all this crap, and you're like, oh, but you got to get through the crap to get out of the sewer. And I felt like that's where we spent a long period of time. And I was successful, but like for people at the other end of the spectrum, they just couldn't do what I could do. They couldn't reproduce, or they couldn't get that fire into the product, or understand the product for that matter. And we found a program that is actually taking the stress off our shoulders, me completely, so I don't even have to do a daggum thing to help people become successful. I just got to point them in the direction, give them the training, let them go. And that's it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I love every bit of it. But Miss Karen Hill, share a little bit about your story, because you shared it already with the fam, but I love it, love it. But share again a little bit about your story and the power of events for you.
Hi guys, I'm so happy to meet all of you, and I love Wake Up Now. Jeremy and I hung out in the sewer together for a while, and I guess you kind of get used to the smell and then one thing and another, but I was ready to just say, I'm done. I mean, I'm retired. We live on a fixed income. So, when I first started, about 2010, I think, my brother got me into something or other. And I said, yeah, so I'd been through all this, just flushing money down the toilet. And I said, I'm done. And, of course, about that time, Jeremy said, no, you have to get into this. You just have to get into this. This is the one. This is what's going to change our lives. This is it. And I said, yeah, whatever. I mean, I didn't even ask what it was. I didn't know what it, I just paid my money and just said, okay, I'm in. Now what? So because it's a team build, in 2 days.
Okay, before you share that.
Yes.
How much money did you make in previous companies before you share what you're about to share?
I was negative.
In the negative. Every single time in the negative, right? I want people to understand this. She was in the negatives from 2010 until 2014. Well, now, we got a little bit of a positive there for a little while, but we'll talk about that. But as a whole, from 2010 to 2014, negative. Now Share that story, my dear.
So in 2 days I went D3.
Which means what?
Which means that my fee was then paid. I was free. I mean, there were 3 people under me, and I think it's the first time I ever had 3 people under me. But so I was so excited about D3. I mean, I was just ecstatic, and in I think 3 weeks, 21 days, then I went F3. And so Jeremy texted me and he said, I'm going to blast you all over Facebook. He said, you just went F3. And I said, no way. I said, no way. And so it took him a while to convince me that yes, it was. And I can't even, it's just hard to put into words what that meant. I mean, that was $600 a month, 500 net, makes a difference in a life. It just, we don't have a lot of debt. We retired pretty well debt-free, which was our plan, but we were pretty blue-collar, so we don't have any big savings. And so, you know, one big major something would probably just take us out. And so my primary why in all of this is just to have enough money that we don't end up a financial burden to our children. I'd rather just be a regular burden. I don't want to be a financial burden.
It's a sweet burden.
Yeah, it's a sweet burden. So, you know, the products are amazing. I love the products. I use TaxBot religiously now. I even use One Finance just to keep track of everything. And I so believed in this that, you know, I talked to Diana, and I knew she was already struggling, and it would be difficult for her, but I knew if anybody could do it, she could. And so, and of course she did. And then my brother had just given up on the whole internet thing, and he'd been doing it for about 10 years, and I talked him into coming on board, and so he and I are driving to this event. Mm-hmm. I live in western Washington, and he lives in northern Idaho. So tomorrow I'm driving to Idaho, and then he and I are driving to Utah.
Cool.
And we haven't spent a lot of quality time together for 40 years. And we are both just like giddy. It's just ridiculous. And I said, well, you know, this will make us or break us because we haven't roomed together for a lot of years, you know. But the event that I went to in Phoenix, although it didn't really pan out to what I thought it would be, as far as business-wise, I was disappointed about that section of it, but I got to hug my Jeremy. It's the first time I'd met Jeremy in person, and I met the lovely Diana in person, and we just bonded immediately, and it was so cool. And she and I will be friends for life. And Jeremy's just another one of my kids. I have a grandchild as old as Jeremy.
It's all right, Mama Bear.
How old are you?
Well, I just turned 34, so I'm getting up there.
Yeah, my oldest granddaughter's 33. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm just saying. So events are phenomenal. I am so excited about this one because I feel like I'm just now stepping into my skin in this industry. And so my brother and I are both so excited about this that we know that when we come home, we're going to have met hundreds of awesome, awesome people, and we're going to blow this thing out of the water.
Amazing.
Amen.
And it really is. Amen. So the one thing that I love the most about what every single one of us are saying is the power of connections. There's this realm of energy that surrounds you at an event, and it doesn't matter if somebody's on your team or they're not on your team. You're in the same realm. the same bubble, and you all are going through similar things and emotions, and maybe you're struggling with the same things that somebody else is struggling with. And the one thing about the last event I went to is I actually got to speak, and I get to see people that get these aha moments in the midst of something. In the middle of a struggle, they get something that just connects, and you get these at events. You get the power of something you may have heard 1,000 times, but it's something about talking to somebody face to face. It's something about the connection of a hug, of just being there with them in the same space and being able to feel that energy. And it's all good energy. It's all positive. You don't have your mother, your brother, your aunt, your cousin, your nephew, your brothers or your sisters sitting there telling you you're stupid for being in that pyramid thing, or oh, that's a scam, or you don't have any of that. You have people who care about one another, who have the same goals, the same drive of where they want to be, and that's success. When you put yourself around successful people, you become successful. I'm case in point of that. I lost everything I had. I won't share the whole story, it's too long, but I was broken with nothing. And it took one leader in this industry to just tell me to suck it up and get off my ass. And when I heard that, although it was harsh, and he was very hateful to me about it, but he did it in love. And from that moment, like, it just clicked in my head that there's connections. The more I connected with people, the more I talked to people, the more I got out there, it just made me a better person. And that's what these events will do for you. So going back to Karen, we'll wrap this up. Why should anybody join today and get to this event? Actually, this week, should I say, because tomorrow it starts, but Thursday, why should they be at the event?
Because it's just amazing. It's life-changing. I think I'm looking forward, even for me, it's going to be life-changing. And I've already been to, an event. But even a newbie, I think, would just be, and, to have, who's the preacher that's going to...
E.T.
Eric Thomas and Eric Lurie, and I mean, it's just amazing. If you don't get to this event, you're going to miss something so important. My opinion.
Diana, what's your recommendation?
I think when you go, you want to get to this event. I mean, you join now, and you may start self-doubting yourself a little bit, or you might not be quite sure of what you've gotten into, but you get to an event and the belief of what you are into, I mean, it goes to the core of your being. I mean, it has for me, these events. It just goes to the core of your being, what this is going to do for you. And you're just in the most amazing company that I have ever been to and been with, and to be able to seriously, literally help people and give them a hand up. I mean, there's no greater reward than that, and that is just what this company is all about. So.
Now, I'm going to say something real fast, and I just want you to look at Diana's face as I say this. This woman pawned her wedding bands to get to an event, to get into company, to make her life what it needs to be, because she knows there's more. But let me explain this to you. This lady used to be a burned-out nanny. And her attitude actually was surrounded by that
negative,
that persona. And I want you to look at this face on this camera right now on the screen. This is not a burned-out nanny anymore. This is a joyful, just grandma who may still nanny and babysit, but she is joyful about her life. She's weathered the storms, literally. She's flew even though she's petrified. She's drove even though it terrifies her, and even did it in a monsoon of a rain to get to an event. What is your problem, and what is holding you back? What's your excuse? That's all I got to say.
Click that button now.
This lady will be earning at least an F3 in the next 2 months, tops. I guarantee it. So I'm making that declaration today for you. And it's going to be more, but we're gonna reach that F3. Kimberly and Ron in Arizona. Why should people get to these events? To this one especially.
Well, this event is called A Step Beyond. So if you are ready to make a step beyond where you're at now, you're ready to taste the good life. You know, even if it's just a little bit, no matter how small or big your goals may be, it always takes that first step. So take that first step and come to the event with us. Meet these awesome people. I mean, Jeremy, Karen, Diana, Tricia, Ron, you're awesome. And you might meet your next spouse. I'll turn it over to
Yeah,
Ron.
Just like Diana said, you know, events are where something goes from your head. You know that it's a good thing. It goes from your head to your heart. You know, the belief level just increases, tremendously, and also be able to see and meet the people behind the scenes. To be able to meet, the CEO and the president, Jason Elrod, Kirby Cochran, and also, our team leaders, Franco and John, and those people who have created a system that is made for you to be successful. All you have to do is plug in, and the first step is getting to the event.
So click that link.
Yeah, click that link and join, and we will take it over to our naked hippies. And I know Bruce is in the background, so if he wants to throw in something, come on over. Let's see that long hair. Trisha, Bruce, what? If he doesn't want to, I'm not gonna make him. But what is the one thing that you think?
Yep.
There he is.
Am I here?
There you are.
You're there.
The importance of events is not that you're going to learn a magic secret. The importance of the event people in this business that are successful understand. Every person in here who is successful has a story about getting to at least one event when it was impossible to be there, and they did it anyway. A couple of years ago, I died. An event in 3 weeks. I can't die right now, and I got to go into the event. And we got, Zabelina Vargas. I got to tell this story real quick. She was brand new to our team in a previous company. She was brand new to the industry. But instinctively, somehow, she must have understood the power of getting to events, or I'm a hell of a salesman, one or the other, I don't know. But she got up the morning of the event, and her cars had been repossessed. And I don't know how many people would make it to an event when they woke up in their car that was going to get them there had been repossessed. They went to something like 27 different car rental agencies to find somebody that would rent them a car without a credit card and without taking out a mortgage for a deposit. But they didn't stop till they found it. They drove all night in the snow, and they came to that event. And she had never made a dime in this industry before. She was brand new to it, but she's there. Needless to say, she came over here and she popped to F4 like immediately. But
yeah, she's
it's, we've been talking about the relationships, and the reason you have these relationships is because every person in my life that I call my best friend is on my team. Because your best friends are people who think just like you. And you know what? People that think like you are the people you meet at the events. And that's why they become your best friends.
Dang it, Bruce, you are a heck of a salesman, man. Now I want to click the link and join all over again. Awesome share, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
So, Miss Tricia, how about you?
Man, I don't know if I can follow that one.
I'm sure there's enough
He doesn't
coattail to
come
jump
out and
on.
talk. He doesn't come out and talk much. So when he does, it's like, there's really not much more to add to that. It is so worth it. It's so worth everything that you sacrifice to get there. It's worth it, just for that reason, for the relationships that you start building. Because these people do become your best friends. They really do. And there's just nothing better than that. To be working with your best friends, that is awesome.
Exactly. I love that. And that's the way to end it. And I know Ron was saying a minute ago, the space between your heart to your mind, it's about 18 inches. And they say once that connection's made, it starts pouring out of your mouth. And the best way to get that to pour out of your mouth, and that's speaking value, speaking life into other people, is by being at these events, learning your product, sharing, and actually becoming friends with these people that you're around every single day. I chat with these people on Facebook. We share value. We share each other's posts, like each other's posts, but nothing makes it until you actually get to touch them on the face. Just pinch their cheeks, pull their ears, pull their hair, whatever you got to do. But it's when it becomes real that it becomes awesome. And Bruce, you got to pull the hair a little bit. He's got the long hair. But it's amazing, and that's where you get further in life, because you get the fire. If you want the fire, you can get it by watching videos. You can get it through the training, but there's something special about just getting to that event. Diana pawned her rings. He was talking about Lena, her car got repossessed, went everywhere to get there, and now she's a founder for. And that's a nice amount of money.
Awesome.
Okay, just got to throw that out there. These people are doing what it takes to make it happen. If you want to work a job and you want to do it 30 days, 60 days, this isn't for you. You need to go back to that job, and you need to live that lifestyle of just over broke and be done. This is a business. It's going to take time, but it only takes as long as you make it take. Get the fire, get to these events, learn, and just share value with each other, and don't ever judge a book by its cover. Don't ever think that somebody can't do something, because I'm telling you, we've all went through some struggles, and I know when I was where I was, one of my early mentors, Mark Overson, I would not be where I am if it weren't for him. Had he not reached out to me and just kicked me in the butt, here's some guy who's drowning in loser. All right? I was drowning. I was 10 feet under loser. And he pulled me out just because he said, you can do it. You just got to get off your ass. You just got to get up and do something. Don't sit there. Don't wish you could. Go out there and make it happen. So that's a beautiful thing. So I love it, guys. Thank you very much for everybody being here, all the people watching at home. We hope to see each and every one of you at that event. One last time, here's the IDS. We've talked about money. You can look at the compensation, see how it works, and then you can click the join link, join our Simple Freedom team, join these beautiful people that you see right here, and change your life today. Absolutely. All right? So from your boy BigChips, I bid thee adieu.
Do it.
Do it. Bye-bye, everybody. Love you.